Aloha, Rich Halverson here. This is ITS227, and today I'm going to go over the WordPress assignment project that you all should do by the end of the semester. I've extended the due date till the end of this week, but I think after today's video, you should be able to just step by step through it. Okay, so let me share my screen. And so here we are on the assignments page. And if you click on the website project, we have a description here. And basically, you're supposed to uh, create a WordPress website and then uh, put a to-do list on it. And you can start with either activity 7.16 or activity 8.11, depending on which one you use and which API you would use. In this video, I'm just going to do 7.16, and you can do that too. And I've shown you how to do 7.16 in a previous video, and I have also that uses the API in assignment number 2, and I showed you how to do the API in assignment number 2 in a previous video. So today I'm going to start with the result of that work and try to finish this. Uh, right now, at the time of this, making this video, there's my notes. I've got a notes link here, and basically I'm going to go through all this. Okay, so I thought I'd include the notes here because it'll be easier for you to follow along. Um, I have another reference to them up here, so let me close this. Let me just. All right. So I'm going to start by getting activity 7.16 to work on my server. And then I'm going to modify the JavaScript in 7.16 so it interfaces to the API from assignment 2. And then I'm going to install WordPress, and then I'm going to copy the code from what I just did in 7.16 in the JavaScript, and I'm going to copy that into a WordPress page, and then you should see it work. And this here is an example of how it's going to look sort of in the end, and I'll show you how to get this theme and everything. But basically, we make this website, and I don't really care about all this other stuff because this just comes along with the web with the when you install it. But I want you to add a to-do list, and then you can add stuff here. Task number 1400 or something like that, and see it adds here. And this is the message that comes back from my API and so on. And I can delete tasks also, and we see that removes it. When I refresh the website, we see that it automatically loads from my file list, and so that's all stuff that we got. The API does all that, and we got that running before in a previous video, and so I'm going to show you here how to integrate all of that into a WordPress page like this. All right, so if we let's start by getting our 7.16, and we did that. That would be in our Zybooks. And if we go, let me sign into my Zybooks here, my student version. That's well, here we are. And that was 7.16. And here we go, 7.16. And I think we got this to work. So I just need to copy, let's see, click on this. to-do list. Yes, so it looks like it's all there. Okay, so um, I'm going to log into cPanel. This is my okay. So I'm using a different URL here because I want to start this from scratch. But anyway, you log into yours, log into your cPanel. It's going to look like this. Go into your file manager, and you can go into your public HTML and go into your assignment 2, which we did earlier, and you may see something that looks like this. Uh, and um, and so I'm going to create the files. I'm going to copy up the files, the index.html, the styles.css, and the todo.js, and I'm going to see it running on my server. I'm going to change the name of index.html. I'm going to change it to 7.16 just to keep it straight in my mind. But so let's start with a file. I'm going to call it 7.16.html. It's an HTML file. And I'm going to create another one called styles.css. And I'm going to create another one called todo.js. In 7.16.html, I'm going to edit it and add this one, which is like this. Copy and paste, and I can save it. And now I should be able to go to, let's see, I see, yes, 320 is different ones, slash A2, like this one. I should be able to go here, and it looks like that. Doesn't do anything, but that's the HTML page. Let's go back. I can close this. Let's go back here and let's go into styles.css, edit, and I go over here and go into styles.css and copy all of this from here all the way up to here, copy, and go over to here, our new one here over here, paste, and then save. And now when we go to this, when we refresh it on our website, we should be able to see, oh, it looks nice now. Still doesn't do anything because there's no JavaScript. So let's take care of that. Close this. Let's go over here. Let's open up the todo.js, edit. And let's go over here and let's do todo.js. And let's copy all of this. See if I can get this now. I even like this? No. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Copy. Oop. I'm gonna do Control C. Paste. Oh, here we are. Excuse me. Okay, so there. Now we have pasted it in here. And look, there's some things here. It doesn't like I should use that. Okay, I'll do that. Anything else like that? Not at the moment. Okay, save this. And let's see. So I should be able to go over here and refresh and type in something. Task number 1. Ah, look. Task number 2. Number 3. And I can delete 2. Ah, it works. All right, very good. So I've successfully imported my code from my 7.16 over onto my website on an HTML, in an HTML file called 7.16 in my A2 directory. All right, so now I'm going to modify this JavaScript. So when I add a task, it gets added to this file. When I delete a task, it also gets deleted from this file because it should be in there. And then also when I load the page from when I log in and I go to the page for the first time, it actually loads up the tasks that are in this tasks.txt file. If we happen to look at that now, we can see that oh, there's a task in there. So anyway, and so but first of all, before I start, if you look on my notes here that I showed you earlier, I want to show you something with this to do file here .php. If you open that up, um, there's actually a bug in it that I didn't point out or that I didn't correct in the video that I made, and that is uh, when we are writing when you delete of a task, you rewrite the file from scratch. And the trouble is you can write um, empty lines. And the reason you can do that is because when I loop through this tasks array, I don't check to see if the task is non-empty. So what you need to do is you need to add this here. I've already added it, but just it right now it may look like that because that's what it looks like back back here in assignment 2. I'm talking about correcting this code right here. You should put an if statement in front of that to make sure the task is not empty. Okay, I'm going to correct it later, but it's right now it's like this. It still passes the auto grader because the auto grader ignores blank lines, but really, you shouldn't have all those blank lines. So anyway, I think everything still works if you don't make this correction, but it's a good idea to make the correction because you don't want to have those blank lines. All right, so by adding the if it's not equal to blank, then write this. You might notice that my variable names are a little different in my implementation. That's okay. You just do it the way you have it. The point is you don't want to write out blank lines. Okay, so so that's the first thing I want to make sure you do. And we've copied over all of the files and everything works. And so now we're going to start modifying the not this file, but this file. Okay. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to modify the add task function. So it also adds the task um, into the file, into the to-do file. So first of all, let's see, at the bottom of add button click right here, I'm going to add, I have to add the Ajax code to send this task to the uh, to the server. So I have to execute something like oops, I have to execute something like HTTPS colon slash slash whatever my URL is. This one is A2 slash to do file.php question mark add equals whatever the task number, whatever the task is, which is going to be this. So it's something like the URL equals this in JavaScript, it's a plus sign. Um, plus task, task text. And I don't need that there. Okay, so that this is what the URL is going to look like. So we have to do some Ajax stuff. So I don't have that right in the tip of my memory here. So I'm going to go up to I'm going to go up to participation activity 7.10.5, 7.10. This is where we talk about Ajax. We're going to use this XML HTTP request. And I'm going to go down to 7.10.5, which is here. And this is the first example of how Ajax works, and this is exactly what I'm going to be doing. Uh, so I'm just gonna copy this whole thing here. Copy. And I'm going to go over to my to-do code. Right. And I'm going to put it right down here, maybe. I'm just going to paste it here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add to do a function that will add a task that will send the HTTP request to add a task to the task file. So I'm just going to get rid of all this here. And it's going to be function to do add. And it's going to be a task name, something like that. And it's going to, okay, I gotta fix this. Let me get rid of, that. Okay. I want to request that. I want to add a listener, and I'm going to have one function for adding, one function for just loading, and one function for removing. So I'm going to have three of these functions that look just like this. That's going to be my approach. And so I'm going to have different receive handlers for each one. So this receive handler, that's this, and this is what happens when the request comes back. Um, it, it in this example, it loads it into this movie info text box or box down at the bottom, which is this thing. It loads it into here, it looks like. I think I'm gonna have something like that on this too. Where am I? And so I'm gonna name it response text or something. Response message. Response message. And there's gonna be a an element there's gonna be an element a div tag on the HTML page that has this. So did I add that? Let me go back to my HTML here. Um, that's right. I'm getting this. I'm still interfacing with this. So I'm going to add div ID equals response message end div. Okay, that's going to have this place there for me to write the message that comes back. And so if the status is 200, I want to oh, I'm just going to display out what the message is. It's going to be response message dot inner HTML equals the message that comes back, which is going to be this response dot message. Yeah, it's going to be I to do not set a two to do to this, it's going to be this message here, this thing. It's this message. That's the message that's coming back. And so we're just going to just this is the response, and then this is dot message, and this is just going to get stuck in this div tag that we just put right there. And so that I don't need this. Otherwise, we're going to say I'm going to error in error adding task, and I'm going to say what the error code is plus oh, colon, plus the error code, which is going to be this status. In other words, it wasn't 200, it was something else. So I want to see what that is. Okay, so that'll be displayed down there. Okay, so this is my I think this is all I need to do to add. Okay, so response. So I was going to name this add just because I want to keep them separate. And it's a JSON object. I need to let's see. I don't need any of this. What I do need is this. Exactly this is what I copy from here, paste. This is going to send this, going to do an HTTP request, the name of the task. Oh, not task text. It's this. Copy, paste that. And I need to call it here from when the user clicks on the button, at the add button, it's got to call this. It's got to do its thing. But I'm going to add to do, and up here we call it task text. See, so here we call it task text, and so that's the argument. But in the to do add method, there's a parameter called task, which is going to accept what that is. And it's going to do all this kind of stuff. It's going to set it all up. It's going to send it off to our API. And when it comes back, there's going to be a response message and whatever. Okay, so let's see if this works. I'm going to go to here, refresh, whatever. Um, task number 1001. Task 1001 is added. Task file contains 2 tasks. Task number 1002. Okay, and that was added. And I bet you if we go over here and look inside here, we see there's 1001 and 1002. Okay, great, wonderful. All right, so that's adding. And now I'm going to do, I'm going to do number 2. I'm going to do the step 4 here, which is to make it when the DOM is fully loaded, then the last thing it does is it goes out and just hits our API, and our API will return, whatever, this thing, and it'll return the list of tasks, and our JavaScript will then populate the list. So it'll call add task a bunch of times to make the list appear on the website. So to do that, I'm going to go to insert. So I'm going to name. Oh, I gotta. I'm going to create a, okay, my notes aren't exactly complete. I'm going to make another function called to do load. So I'm just going to copy this code and I'm going to modify it. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to put it up here right underneath this, the DOM check code. And I'm going to call it to do load. And I don't need any parameters. It's going to be, I'm going to name it. I'm going to name this response received handler load. And oh, I don't need any parameters. So I'm going to take this off and I'm going to take this off. I'm just, you just have to hit it and it sends you back what you need. And now if I get a 200, I have to call, um, I have to call add task for as many tasks that comes back. So I'm gonna say for 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 each task um, of the array of tasks that comes back, which is this response dot tasks. That would be, you know, this. That's an array. Uh, we're gonna loop through those, and we're gonna I don't actually don't need that thing. We're gonna for each one we're gonna add um, I guess we can add task, and it's gonna be called task. So for each task, I should I'm gonna I'm gonna if I'm gonna add the check just in case task. If task is greater than an empty string, then add the task. I I'm quite sure I don't need that, but it's a just in case. And in case there's blank lines, it's in case there's blank lines. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and respond with the message that comes back from the server. Otherwise, I'm gonna say error loading tasks. Okay, there. Okay, so this is the receive handler load. Oh, someplace like right, maybe this is ends here. Hmm, Guess I can just do it here. To do load, just like that, to call this. All right, let's see. Let me see if this works. So now when I reload here, it should, there they all are, all three of them. So I can go over here, no, over right here, edit this, and I'm gonna add a task 4, task 5, task 10, whatever. And I'm going to save changes and I'm going to go over here and reload. Oh, okay. So when I look here, it shows all of these tasks. So this is the array that's going to be used to populate this. So when I reload this, there they all are. And I can delete them if I want to. All right. So, but see, I haven't implemented remove yet, so I can remove all these I want. but then they get removed here, but see, notice it comes back. It just comes back this because it it doesn't recognize the remove um, function yet. So when we hit refresh, they're all still there. Okay, so let's implement remove. Okay, this is the most complicated one because we need to modify how the to do remove task is um is called. All right, so we're going to start by going to, well, we're going to start by copying this. Okay, let me just copy this, copy, and I'm going to put it down below. I guess I put it down here, huh? All right, I'm going to put it down here. And it's going to be called to do, it's going to be called to do remove. And there's going to be a task number that comes along, a task name. The task, how we get that task name is going to be tricky. And we want to change this to it's a remove function. And so it does that. And when it comes back, it's just like this. It's going to say error removing task. If it's 200, it's fine. Okay, so now we need to get this um, name in there. We need to get this here. So when we call the to-do remove method, it's got to have the name of the task. The trouble is, we would call that method from the remove task method that is invoked when you press one of these X's. When you press one of these X's, then this this is called, but it's called basically because there's an event listener in there that's keeping an eye on that X. That's the done button. The done button is the X, and when that thing is clicked on, it causes this event to trigger, and that calls this thing. But the trouble is this is all, event target, list item, parent node remove child business. And there's not really any easy way that I've been able to figure out how to get this get the text of the task. It would be after this point that we let's see, where do we do the to do remove task? It's at the end of remove task. Okay, so it's right here. Ah, yes. Okay, yeah, here. This is where we do to do remove. Wait a minute. Parentheses, whatever the task is. Okay, the trouble is, uh, task is not in here. And I haven't figured out how to get it from here. This is what comes back. I'm not sure it's available. I think it has to do because it's not in the same um, object is that the X. Okay, it's not the same object as this X here. So I'm going to pass it in. And so to pass it in, it's when I specify the event listener. This is the event listener thing here. Um, uh, when when the when the X is clicked, that's this thing. That's this thing. When that's clicked, then this thing is invoked. Well, we do know what the name of the task is here. It's this. That's the name of the task. And so when we add the task, that's when we create this whole line here. and where we add the event uh, listener for when someone clicks on this X. And so to do that, um, I searched I did a Google search on how you pass parameters along with the event, this event object here. And the way you do it is after I did my own research, I have to change this event click. I need to pass the event object to this, and I'm going to put this right here. And I got to close a parentheses, and I got a semicolon. Okay, so this thing, click event, remove. I need to do, I'm sending in remove task, the event, followed by the task name, which is just task. Okay, does that work? I have two. I think I need one too many. Okay, there we go. So, and then this is, okay, so this matches with this. Okay, so instead of, let's see, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to undo, and back to the way it was. Okay, this is how it was, and I'm going to comment this, and I'm going to replace it with that. So this changes to this. We're passing we're passing the event object into this thing, which is like an implied function or something, which is to call this function and with the event along with the task. And so that way here we can include the name of the task as a parameter here. Okay. So doing this, see if we only needed the event as the event object as the argument to remove task, then we don't have to put anything because that's the default. But if we want to put something in addition to the event object as an argument to this task, then we got to do it this way. Okay, and so that passes that there, and now this is passed down here. And let's see, do I have everything? I think I might have everything. Okay, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to refresh it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to delete this. That's nice. Delete this. That's nice. Refresh it. Ah, good, it works. Task 501, task 601. I can delete 10, delete 501, refresh the thing, and it stays. All right, so now that I've got this, now that I've got this, 716 working on my server and interfacing to my to-do file, my to-do file API, which adds uh, the ability to store tasks. You go away and then you come back, log back in, and the tasks are still there. Persistence, or what's the term for it? Anyway, um, so now that that's added, now I just need to install WordPress and copy this over to my WordPress. So I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna leave that. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I guess I'm gonna leave that open. Leave that open. I don't really need this anymore. Okay, so here's my cPanel. I'm gonna close this one. I'm going to close this one and I'm going to go back to my main cPanel. Go back to your main cPanel. This is the right one. And over here on the left, okay, so right now, when I go to this website, 321.org, it's just like that, like just like yours when you go to before you install WordPress. So I'm going to go to cPanel, and over here on the left, it says WordPress Management. So I'm going to click on WordPress Management, and I'm going to install. Click on Install. Uh, I I wonder if I pressed the right thing. Okay, so anyway, I'm just gonna have it be my main website. Hmm. What is what's there? Let me go to cPanel. Okay, I gotta check this. Let me just go back to Tools, File Manager. Oh, Public HTML. There's an application here. Mm, mm. What is uh, well, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna write over it. Back to here again. What happens if I press this one? Well, I'm going to get rid of this because I'm going to install it at the base. And I'm going to have yeah, go ahead. And my username is just going to be admin. Actually, it doesn't matter because this thing keeps track of it. So I'm going to let it be whatever it is. And my email, I've got to make sure I put my email here. So I'm going to put richardh@hawaii.edu. And then I'm going to, whatever. Nightlife. Okay, install. I wonder what happens. I know I think there's already an installation there. Maybe there's a WordPress web database there or something. All right. Okay, so okay, here we have a chance to install plugins. I'm going to say no thanks right now. Um, but now when we look at the website, this website, it looks like that. Nice website. Let me just go look in the um, public HTML, go up one level. Okay, I still have my A2. All right, all right. Do I still have my, yeah, I guess these are my for this class. I need these. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna go back to here. So this is my website, and I'm gonna go back to my cPanel, and the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna change the theme, simply because I don't like this theme. So hold on. All right, so to do anything with the WordPress themes or anything we see this year, this is sort of a shortened menu. Let's go to the main WordPress administration section, and that's click on login here. And it remembers your credentials. So whenever you go to WordPress, you just go, you click WordPress management on the left, you click on login, and it opens up a new window like this, I hope. And so if you want to change the theme, we can go over to appearance and click on themes, or this is themes. And I'm going to find 2015, theme 2015. I don't see it here. So I can go to add theme up here, and there's zillions of themes. Okay, 7,000 themes. Okay, so you can check them all out. I'm gonna try to look for 2015. Oops. 15. Every year they come out with a new one, a new theme, I guess. So now I'm going to install it, or you can preview it, but I'm going to install it. Might as well just go straight to installing it. And then I can activate it. And then when I go back to here, I can refresh it, and now it looks different. Okay, it looks like what you saw earlier. Okay, so now some other stuff you might want to do is you can click up here and go back to the dashboard. You might want to, if you can change the header, and that you can change like this, what you saw in the upper left-hand corner, and I made mine Richie's website or some dumb thing like that. And you publish it, and now it says that up there. Okay, great. So go back over. So click the X. Um, let's see. The next thing we want to do is we want to add the plugins. There's the plugin. See, we're going to want to put the JavaScript on the WordPress page. We want to put this HTML on the WordPress page, and we also want to put the CSS on the styles on the WordPress page. So so I'm gonna go back to the WordPress dashboard, and I'm gonna click on plugins down here. Click on plugins, and there's a couple that come with this, and I'm gonna add a new plugin. And the plugin that I'm gonna look for is called WP WP Coder. WP Coder. Enter. And thankfully, it's the first one. Okay, this got this less than slash greater than symbol there, and I'm going to go ahead and install this. It's compatible with my version of WordPress. A lot of them aren't. Install now. And now it's installed, and I'm going to activate it. Once I activate it, we should see down over here on the left, it has its own little menu thing there. Okay, and also it's here. Okay, so you can probably read up on it if you want to. You don't have to do that. Just go back and let's see. So now that we've done that, if you click on WCoder on the left here, you can here we're going to add snippets, and we're going to add a snippet for the HTML. We're going to add a snippet for the JavaScript and a snippet for the CSS. That would be the CSS here. So we're gonna copy that into a snippet. We're gonna copy this into a snippet, and we're gonna copy this into a snippet. All right. So let's go back to here. And in here we're gonna add new. And I'm gonna add a snippet called to do HTML. How's that? Now, I have lots of times you accidentally click on these hide tabs here. You can hide, they're helpful, but really what you want is you want to click on this HTML code. You want it to say HTML code up there. And right now it doesn't matter either of these two things, but right here we want to copy in this. Oh, we don't. Hmm. We only copy inside the body tag. Okay, we only copy this. Okay, that's it. Just what's inside the body tag. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go over to here, and I'm going to paste it. Paste. It's right in front of my face, isn't it? I'm going to do Control V. And this is the HTML. And I'm going to click Save Changes. Okay, and then when I go back to codes, we see now I've got to do HTML. And uh, and so I'm going to go ahead and do the other two. So I'm going to add new, and I'm going to call this one to do CSS, and I'm going to click on CSS right here. And this is CSS code I put in there. So I'm going to go over here to styles, and I'm going to copy this out, copy, and I'm going to paste it here. Control V, and there it is. Okay, and I'm going to save changes. And now I'm going to go back to codes. I've got that one there. And I'm going to add one more. And I'm going to call this one to do JavaScript. And I'm going to click on this JS here for JavaScript. And I'm going to copy this JavaScript. Um, Control A, Control C, Control V, and this is my JavaScript. All right. So now when I go back to codes, I see my three things. Now, I got to put some changes in the JavaScript in the here because otherwise it's not gonna it's gonna look funny. And but I'll show you what it looks like. The changes are in the notes, but I'll show you what it looks like right now if I use these codes and I put them on a WordPress page. So if you look here, we see that this short code will put this HTML on a WordPress page. This short code will put this CSS on a WordPress page right in the right place up at the top. And this will put the JavaScript on a WordPress page right in the right place. And so I'm going to go over and I'm going to add a page. So I'm going to click on pages and I'm going to add a new page. And I'm going to call the page, I'm going to call it to-do list. And I'm going to click here and I'm going to say, this is my to-do. I don't know how to do it. Should be a consistent list, I guess. And I'm going to use the first short code, which is, oh, shoots. Okay. Oh, look where I am. Can I go? No, I got to go to WordPress. And WordPress login, uh, word coder, this one. So I'm going to copy this one and go over to here and Control V paste it. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. Um, hmm, I want I'm going to put 2 and 3 there also. So I'm just going to see what happens here. I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I'm going to publish this. Okay. I'm going to click view page and see what it looks like. Hmm. Okay. Oh, look, task file contains 4 tasks. But oh, look, they put tasks over here, not down here. Okay. So we're going to fix all of this. Can we add a task? Add a task. 5,000. Oh, yes. It's added over here. This shows up. But it shows up over here. Well, the reason is because when we refer to this list, this ordered list below here, we just called it OL. And it turns out that with this theme, there's another ordered list on this page. It's over here. It lists the comments. And so to fix that, we're going to have to, you refer to the specific OL list we're talking about. And also, you notice you can't see the X. The X's are hidden here. Okay, we'll fix that also. And we're going to make this a little bit wider because when we do fix this and put it over here, we have a lot more room. So let's do those. Let's go back to our snippets. I'm going to go to the first snips. Let's see. Oh, um, let me go to the HTML snippet. And over here, this OL is just called OL. Well, let's identify it by name. ID equals, and what did I call it? Um, task, quotes, task list. Okay. So now I'm going to refer to this OL specifically. Save this and go back to codes. And then I have to go to the JavaScript, edit, and click. Oh, look, I don't see. It's because I got to click on JavaScript up here. And I'm going to scroll down here to find where I write to the list. Um, here. I don't want that. I want it to be hashtag because I'm talking about a ID task list. I think that's what I called it. So let me save this. And now let me go back. Um, where's oh here. Let me refresh this now. Ah, now it's here. It's not over here anymore. Now it's just here, but still I still have trouble with the X's, okay? They're hidden. Well, let's fix that. Let's go back to the back to codes and let's go look at the CSS, edit the CSS, and oh, where is it? It's here. Click CSS, and we're gonna make this is the done button. It's white. Let's make it black. And also, it turns out that this, when we look over here, see the X is right there. Well, let's put the X way over here. Okay. And to do that, we can make this be like 500 pixels. Okay, so we put the black there and made this 500 pixels. Make sure we save it. And now when we go to over here and hit refresh, see, now we can see the X's. Now, we need to add a menu. I forgot to add a menu. I mean, how do we get to this page? Well, to do that, let's go back to the WordPress administration section. And over here on the left, go to appearance and then go to menus. And we have to create a menu. So let's call it menu one. It's a nice name for it. And we're gonna display it. Let's display it at the primary menu. What else do I do? Create menu. Okay, there, I created the menu. Oh, now I got pages over here to add. And I might as well add them both so you can see what a menu looks like. Click add menu. And now save it. Got to make sure to save it. If you look at menu locations up here, there's other some themes can have lots of menus, and so you see more here. Some themes only have one menu. I'm not sure where this is. You can mess around with it. In fact, you can probably just put that there and see what happens. And so let's go back to the page now and refresh. And now we see that there's a menu here, the to-do list and the sample page. And what is, oh, this is probably that other social, whatever. So we can go take that off. Social links. Let's just change that back. This looks funny here. What do I, oh, it's because it was also in the, it's also in the, this is in the snippet. So let's go check out that snippet. HTML, edit, and here, we can take that out. Save it. And now when we refresh, it just looks like that. The delete works. Task 10,000 works. We refresh this. All right. Let's see. That looks like that's about it. So if you do this, you should get all the points. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.